So when you now need to now start to look at the rudiment, so what are the things that you need to know when it comes to basic payroll management concept? Now, it's critical for me to break it down from the point of view understanding how do we even get pay structure in the first place. So you need to recognize some concepts which we may not be able to break down at this session because they are part of a bigger picture of compensation and benefit. But at this operational level, because this has to do with day-to-day conversation, you need to recognize how you even get to the point of breaking the annual salaries down. So the very first thing you need to recognize is the process of job analysis. The job analysis process is you understanding the job itself, then getting to the point of evaluating the job. We call it job evaluation, getting what we call the relative worth of the job. Now, the outcome of you getting the relative worth of the job leads into what we call a job grading structure. So your job grading structure is telling you what grade is each job within the organization. That would have been done from you understanding the job at the job analysis process, understanding the organogram of the job. Where does the job sit within the organization? What's the reporting line of the job itself? Then evaluating it, doing relative worth. Job evaluation is not performance management. This has to do with the job, not the individual. Then it leads to the job grading exercise. Then that helps you. If you now do the job grading exercise, now if you have the luxury of time, you will go into the process of doing what we call a pay survey, or what we call remuneration benchmarking. Your remuneration benchmarking, the whole idea of remuneration benchmarking is to help you to understand what is being paid within the market. Then that can now lead you to creating your own pay policy line or your compensation philosophy. Do we want to pay above the market, at par with the market, or below the market? Then that leads you to you creating your pay structure itself. So let me give you, just so that you're a form of illustration. So I'm going to be starting by helping you to go through a simple job grading structure. So this is a typical job grading structure for an organization that start from grade 7 to 1. For jobs that are in grade 7, the job title is there. Then you have the minimum entry years of experience. Take note of that word, minimum. Then you have the minimum educational qualification. This is a very simple job grading. So you have entry-level graduate trainees that come in at 0 to 2 years, minimum entry. Then you have your educational qualification of a BSc, minimum of a BSc. Now, you would expect that jobs that are below this would not be at the graduate level job. Then you have the senior officer, which is grade 7. The years of experience is stated up to grade 1. And you would agree with me that this would be for a very, very small organization. Now, this is a job grading example. Now, if you start to add salaries, what we call pay bands, what we call minimum entry salary, midpoint, and maximum to each of these grades, what you're seeing that is a job grading now translates into what we call a pay structure. So at that point, when we now say every job on grade 7, their pay is band 7, pay band 7, and the salaries is from the minimum pay for the salary, the midpoint, and the maximum. At that point, you have defined your pay structure. So your pay structure design tells you, translating for each job grade and pay band and the minimum salary, midpoint, and maximum each of the grades should earn. And this would be specific to each organization. What you're seeing on the screen at the moment will have taken all the process of job analysis, job evaluation, job grading, salary structure, or salary benchmarking, and getting to the point of the pay structure itself. Now, at the strategic level, this will have been created. Now, the payroll officer or the individual in charge of payroll on the daily basis is now responsible with, this is annual salaries. So you have an annual salary of 960,000. So what is going to be his basic? What's going to be his transport? What's going to be the allowances? What is his 13th month? What is his leave? all of that would go into payroll management. So which is very interesting, which is what we would be concentrating our effort on in this class.